Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Long Dark. So, quite a bit of change has happened to this game since the last time I played it. They went ahead and released their Tireless Menace update, which is, so, just to go over a brief thing, in the last video I mentioned about storyline and it coming out in spring and stuff like that, and I will admit I did not look into The Long Dark in a while. It's been a while since I've looked into updates and news and stuff like that. So after I recorded that video and that went out, I was looking around and I noticed some updates about, The Long Dark and some things that were happening. So I looked around and they delayed campaign mode for a while longer. There's no current release date as of yet. They said the next release date they want to give is going to be the actual release date. So they're not going to say anything until they know 100% that it's ready. But in the meantime, they went ahead and they did a massive overhaul of The Long Dark. Again, if you've been around in The Long Dark for a long time, then you would have gone through a couple of these big, massive overhauls. One of the biggest things they did change was now there's a new UI menu. I think this is like the fourth or fifth possible new UI since the initial release in this game, or the early access of this. So drop decoy, crafting, so you can go like bandages, hooks, torches, tinder plugs. You can start a fire. If you have a bedroll, you can put a bedroll down. Weapons, you can look at the weapons you have. Journal. This, of course, is just all your stats and stuff like that. Light sources, flares, lanterns, matches, if you have stuff like that. And then you can just go straight into your backpack and back into the normal stuff. So they've added quite a few things. There's honestly too much to go over with everything that they've added. If you do have this game on Steam, you can just go to your game library, look at The Long Dark, look at the news section, and look at the updates. They supply a full list of the change logs, but there's a lot of things. Some of the most notable things is there's now cabin fever. You can now get cabin fever if you stay inside too long, which is going to be a little bit of a problem for me because I am a hermit. I do like to stay indoors, especially in this game, and they also overhauled the whole sleep system. You can now you could pass time as you see. You could also sleep, but you can only sleep when you're actually tired, so you can't just sleep when you're not tired just to pass time. New footprints in the snow, new audio. There's a new animation when you get attacked by wolves. There's so many updates. There's so many things they added. Some of the more notable things. Animals will now stalk you. They did overhaul the graphics a little bit. There's a new lighting system. There's some more sounds, stuff like that. So footprints is a big thing, which is pretty cool because as you can tell, look, the footprints are pretty detailed now. But they said they'll stay depending on weather, wind, all that sort of stuff. So also the animals, the wolves they will now be a little more curious about what you're doing, which means they won't always run up to you right away. They might stalk you for a little bit and then decide to just leave or run up after you. There's a warning before you get hypothermia. There's a ton of updates. So I did make a mistake. I did still think that campaign was coming even after them releasing a statement saying that it wasn't going to happen. Like I said, I just hadn't looked into why do we not have a lantern or anything like that? Why do we just have a torch or just a flare? I don't know. But we're not going to go in that house. It's too dark. And I don't have a lantern. I don't want to get one. What I'm out here trying to do is hunt because we really need some more deer hides to finish our clothing. Also, I wanted to check on the... look at the ice textures. The ice textures look new, too. They added a lot of things. Big update. So, this is to kind of hold us over until the campaign is released. Also, another massive thing to note is they released some challenge modes where... What those are is there's two challenge modes. One of the challenge modes you have to get from Mystery Lake, I believe is where the start point is, up to the top of Timberwolf Mountain, retrieve a flare gun, and then go all the way to Desolation Point and fire it from the lighthouse. That is, by the way, all that takes place in 7 days. So that's a bit crazy. I don't know if we'll be able to accomplish that. We're probably going to give the challenges a run at some point. I'm just not exactly sure when. They also added another challenge called The Hunted Part 1, which is where you are getting attacked and followed by a wolf, not a wolf, a bear. And you have to get from Pleasant Valley back to Mystery Lake to grab a weapon to kill the bear. So those two challenges seem pretty cool. They also seem extremely difficult. I'm not 100% confident with my ability in the map just yet, or all the maps, just, you know, all connecting areas and stuff like that. They did actually show a map, which was actually pretty cool to see in the blog post that Ralph posted. And it was pretty cool to see the connections, the actual physical connections of what the actual whole map looked like and just all that stuff. So it's pretty cool seeing how everything works, and they showed off some areas that they're going to be doing the single player in and showing off some of the areas that they're doing the challenges and stuff like this. So it's cool that the single player was going to take place in an area, or the first part of the single player is probably going to take place a little bit in areas that have been used, but for the most part, most of the campaign is going to be used in new areas, which is pretty cool. It's not going to be the same areas that we've already been in for, you know, a long amount of time. So I can appreciate that. Also, there's a really cool thing of I can just now hit start and just bring up this little thing. I can hold it as long as I want, or I can just tap it and it'll start to kind of fade. So here, just tap, and then it'll stay up there for a couple seconds and then fade away. But it's cool because now I can just look at my calories, what the temperature feels like, what my conditions like, cold, rest, you know, food, hunger, water, all that stuff, hours of daylight and all that. So it's pretty nice not having to go into a menu to do that, which is pretty cool. Man, it is snowing pretty heavily. But yeah, so lots of big updates to the Long Dark. They do this, or they've done this in the past where they've gone through and they've pretty much overhauled the whole UI and everything before. But this time they've added what seems like a lot of really nice, cool things. I'm getting a little chilly out here. So it's nice. Kind of revamped, you know, some things, added some new features. It's going to be a little bit difficult with that whole cabin fever and sleep thing, because I will admit I do use the system in probably not the most thought after wanted way. Oh. Rabbit. Oh, I don't know why it's here. I don't know what killed it. Could have been me. It could have been the snare. I honestly don't know, but I'm going to take it. Oh, boy. This is bad. The snare... How's the snare doing? Is the snare broken? No. It just doesn't seem right at all. That's strange. Is there a... No. There's not a quick menu to put a snare down. That'd be nice. Maybe a hunting menu would be kind of cool to add on to that, maybe. Put a snare on there or something. Should I put it right next to the carcass? That seems like a bad idea. I'm going to get stuck out here, and this is going to be really, really bad. I wanted to come out here and check on the snares and see if we can see any deers on the way to hunt. But, having a little bit of an issue. Why do all the... Oh, this one's ruined. Oh. Well, that sucks. We lost a snare. I can't remember... Where did I put the other ones? Didn't I put one over here? I feel like I did. Oh, the wind does not help right now. Feels like, oh, we're getting pretty cold. Okay, we need to hunker down. Oh, hold on. Don't move. There we go. Oh, shit. At risk of hypothermia. Alright, we need to grab the pelt because otherwise it's going to be super frozen. We might get hypothermia because of it, but we need it really bad. We are in desperate need of rabbit pelts right now. We just need one more. Here's my other... This one ruined also? Yeah, it is. Why are all my snares getting ruined? Seemed like one of them worked. Okay, let's go ahead and get inside this little cabin here because we're pretty cold and this is going to be an issue. Try to warm ourselves up a little bit. I didn't think the storm would blow in like that, but it certainly did. So we do have hypothermia, 30%. Not really sure what that 30%. Oh, fine. Okay, so we're 30% to hypothermia. So we were getting pretty close to getting hypothermia. Okay, well, that's cool. At least now we have a percentage. I know that it said at risk, but I didn't realize that it threw a percentage in there too, which is actually pretty cool. So we need to warm up in here a little bit. And let's go in. We're pretty thirsty. Oops. Sorry. I'm still trying to get used to this menu here. It is a little... It's very different. You know, every time they update the UI, it's always... You know, it takes a little bit of time to go through and figure out how to use everything again. Is there a fireplace in this house? I don't think there is. It's also extremely dark in here. Yeah, there's no fireplace. Why would you live in an area like this, especially on an island with your own house, and not have a fireplace? That seems... doesn't seem right to me. But we can't really go outside currently. There's a bad storm. So, oh, sorry. Again, still trying to get used to it. We can just go ahead and eat this cold, I guess. I wanted to put it on a fire, but we can't do that. So, oh, it's pretty cool. The calories pop up there as you're eating and then stay up there. Well, that's nice. That's good to know. It's always hard balancing knowing how much you need to eat versus, you know, how much you can. Oh, 22. Let's eat that. I don't even know why we have that. At risk for... Oh, yeah, I forgot. Now there's a... Now there's also a thing about if you eat too much meat, you can get some parasites, intestinal parasites from eating too much meat or bad meat. They also revamped the whole... how long things stay in terms of condition, like meat can go bad. Can I sit on the bench? That'd be nice if I could just sit here. I know during the live stream that I did with Hinterland for the Sierra Club charity, I know he was talking about wanting to be able to do things in this game that would be a little more realistic in terms of passing time. You know, maybe being able to find a card deck and playing some sort of like solitaire or something like that, sitting down, being able to make your base yours. That would be nice because I would love to be able to sit down in a house or wherever I decide to set up camp and be able to put furniture where I want it and set up shelves and, you know, that sort of thing. So that would be pretty cool. But in due time, The Long Dark is still a work in progress. It's hard to believe this game is still in alpha. There's a lot of times where, you know, I do one of these videos every week, and I will be naming it Alpha. You know, all of them have the little Alpha tag in the title, and I've been doing that for so long that I keep thinking, huh, is this still in Alpha? And yeah, still in Alpha. It's just hard to believe. They've come so far, they've updated so many things, and they've smoothed it so much out that it's hard to believe that it's not just a full release yet. But it is what it is. It's a really nice game. I'm still really enjoying it. And I love when they do updates, you know, change some things up. What are we going to be able to do about these? Just get wood? That's the only thing that we can do? Well, how much is that? That's 0.6 pounds, and that reclaimed wood's probably going to be more, so I'm not going to worry about that. We're kind of stuck here, though, to be 100% honest. We don't have much food. That is a little concerning. We can't make a fire. That is also concerning. So I can't even heat up, like, if I had some sort of soup, I couldn't heat it up because it says, you know, oh, well, my risk of hypothermia is gone, which is good. So, but yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out. We need more canned foods. If there's a thing about decay and, you know, eating too much meat and possibly getting parasites and stuff like that, we're gonna have to start counting on canned food a little bit more, which is gonna be a little bit of an issue. I'm a little concerned about... Should we just wait? Should we just hang out and wait? Probably just hang out and wait, see if the... Let's pass time. Oh. Okay. So is there a set... How long was that? I honestly don't know. I don't know... Does it say how long it is? It really just deplenishes all that stuff, and then it's just boop, all of a sudden. So I'm really not sure how long that is. Let's go ahead and take a peek outside real quick. See what the weather's like. Hope it's not still super windy. I need to get back. I can't be stuck out here. Oh boy, it's bad. It's real bad. Okay, so quickly, since it's still pretty bad out here, I know there was another snare I left somewhere. I'm trying to find it. We'll have to keep an eye on our temperature here. We got a little bit of time after getting warmed up inside. So I want to find, I know I put another snare. I felt like I put it low. Somewhere down low somewhere. Or was it over here? I want to find that last one, make sure it's not ruined. Because if it's ruined, I'm going to have to make some more snares. We only need one more rabbit skin. Which is, oh, there it is. How is it doing? Nothing. It hasn't done anything. At least it's still intact. Where was that first snare that we saw when we came in? This one right here. This is the one that had actually got one. So I'm going to leave that there. That might actually be a good place for one. And the other one, I'm going to put up over here on the other side. So we're only going to have two, but we only need one more rabbit skin. So it shouldn't be too difficult to get. Keep an eye on our temperature here. All right, so I'm going to place it like right around here. I know I've seen a lot of, yeah, like right around this area. I know I've seen a lot, oh God. I know I've seen a lot of rabbits running around this area, so place it like right there. I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and get back inside before we get too cold. It's getting pretty chilly out here, -6. So let's go ahead and run back inside. We might be stuck here. We might be stuck in this cabin in the coastal house overnight. Yeah, so lots of updates to the Long Dark. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to stop this episode here until we can get the weather cleared up. Hopefully next time we'll go out, we'll actually be able to finish what we started. We didn't really actually do much in this episode, but I did want to go over all, or not all, but some of the updates that they did to this massive update. I couldn't remember everything, but I tried to get the key points in there, so I think for the most part I got everything, but there was a whole list of things that they've changed. So if you're interested, like I said, go to Steam, go to library, go to the Long Dark, and look at the news section, and you'll be able to see all the change log of everything they changed. So if you haven't played the Long Dark in a long time, probably a good time to dust it off and start playing it again. This update seems pretty promising. Try out those challenge modes, and also if you're still interested in the Long Dark, it's still on sale on Steam Early Access. So I'd pick it up now, because once it gets to the point where it's going to be released, it's going to raise up money, and you're going to pay $20 now and get a full storyline and the whole full sandbox and challenges and all the stuff they've been adding and are going to add for just one cheap price. I know it sounds like I'm selling this game, but it's a nice game. There's not many games out there like it, so I would recommend it. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Next time, what we want to do is we need to go get some deer hides. We need at least one, and I would like to get two. It's going to be pretty difficult, and I might actually leave the coastal highway to get it, because there's not many deer in this area. So I might leave to go find some deer. Pleasant Valley, I know, has a ton of deer, so we might have to make a trip to Pleasant Valley. It didn't end well last time. Let's hope it ends well this time, or let's hope it doesn't end this time. But we might be doing that next time. I do need one more rabbit skin, so what we're going to do is we're going to circle this area next time, try to find some deer, go back to the base, drop off the rabbit skins, maybe be able to make that wolf skin coat if those have, if one more wolf hide cures by the time I get back. So hopefully we'll be able to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Remember to hit the like button. It really does help me out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.